Hey, what's happening, all you samurai and pirates out there in the land of Wano? I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming at you with another One Piece chapter review. This time it's One Piece chapter 992, titled Remnants, as we pick up outside of Onigashima, mainly in the entrance. That really cool entrance that we saw originally, where Big Mom was sent flying not too long ago by the combined efforts of Jinbei and Nico Robin. She was perfectly fine. Like, honestly, if you thought she was taken out, no. She was just kind of pushed to the side and just like, we don't need to deal with you right now. But we find that she actually ended up running into not just Perospero, but Marco as well. And, there's a little bit of a dispute going on, as Linlin feels that she needs to make it clear to her son, her eldest son, that the idea of partnering with Kaido was her idea. Which kind of took me a little off guard because I'm just like, oh, really? Uh, but it kind of makes sense, you know, to a certain degree, but Kaido's more of the person to make alliances, not so much Lin Lin. Usually, but when it comes to alliances, you know there's a betrayal coming when it comes to Lin Lin. But that's pirates for you. And while Perospero kind of backs off of the whole situation, not wanting to step on Mama's toes and, to make her feel stupid or anything like that, because he really was not digging this alliance. He knows what will come of an alliance like this. Meanwhile, Marco, his feelings towards all of this are kind of like, okay, so because it seems like he wanted to actually propose an alliance between him and the Big Mom pirates in order to take down Kaido. But to find out that Lin Lin wants to join with Kaido, that creates a different perspective on things. Meanwhile, Linlin does kind of question Marco about his intentions, feeling that the remnants of Whitebeard seem to have gone a bit astray in terms of, forming alliances with riffraff, such as, these children who are running amok on the seas. But Marco retorts, saying that, look, we're not following the old man's will. None of us are. We're doing our own thing at this point. Whitebeard is gone. We are living our own lives now. Which, Lin Lin, it's hard to read that expression that she has. But she says, dead men give no orders. That's right. Do as you will. So it's just like, huh, okay then. Is she angry about that? Is she happy about that? Really makes you wonder. Or is that simply her just being like, ah, yes, the rules of the sea, with the leader gone? The forces are free to do as they please. The thing that brought them together is no longer there. The glue that held their family together is no longer around. What's stopping them from doing their own thing, forming their own ways of life? It really does bring into question how leadership usually goes when a pirate crew disbands. Meanwhile, we actually get to see Garratt, Garratt, who has just been missing ever since we had that two-page spread of the Straw Hats all together. Garratt has just disappeared, and we finally catch up that she has actually been hanging out with Wanda. She hasn't been with the Straw Hats. She hasn't been on top with the other minks. She and Wanda, specifically Garratt, has spotted Perospero, and she's out for revenge. Meanwhile, Luffy is getting help from the samurai in avoiding any unnecessary battles, and he continues his race to try to get to Kaido. We also have a little bit of Yamato trying to chase after Momosuke as well as Shinobu, who are still kind of weirded out that she keeps calling herself Odin. It's just like, like everybody's just running, running to one destination or another. So hopefully they run into something interesting. It's just like we have all this setup. I can't wait to see where all of it leads. We also get a little bit of Black Maria as she's still in the banquet hall, just kind of chilling out with all the ladies there. And we see her with this massive, I'm not sure if it's a biwa or a shamisen, but she brings this thing out and she just starts playing for all of like all of the girls who I guess are also part of the pleasure district in Onigashima that Black Maria runs. I'm not sure. She's just really just kind of chilling. I'm just like, Black Maria, aren't you gonna get in a little bit of this action? Like, aren't you also part of the Tobiropo? You have Sasaki and Who's Who and Page One and Ulti and X-Drake all in the fray, but Black Maria's just off to the side, hiding out in the tatami room, and she's just playing a song, strumming on her shamisen, telling a tale, and it's just like, okay. But I guess it's a little bit to set the mood, kind of like how we've had in the opening of certain acts or ending of certain acts. You'd have Komurasaki just playing on her, instrument to just kind of set the mood of things. And, her singing kind of overlaps over the course of the story as we get this beautiful spread of the nine red scabbards all charging towards Kaido in his dragon form. And it's just like, oh, it's so intense. It's so intense. So it has to be setting up the mood. And it's going to be so cool seeing that in the anime. It's really going to be lit. It's going to be hype as all fuck. I can't wait. And we actually get to see that Kaido has another ability that I don't think we've seen before. And it's that his roar can actually unleash lightning. Like, what? Like, dude, I know he can control storms and all that good stuff, weather and atmosphere, but dude, your roar summons lightning? Like, can Kaido get any more legendary as a figure, as a character? But the Scabbards manage to dodge very readily, surrounding Kaido, and get ready to go all in on Kaido. Like, they are not flinching in the face of such an overwhelming figure. And they just start whipping out final attacks. Everyone gets a final attack. Everyone gets some kind of final attack. You get, Sulong form, Nekomamushi bringing out this whirling claws of destruction called his Crimson Cat Dance. Crimson because brings out a spray of blood. You get a little bit of uh Kawamatsu. Kawamatsu with his own little blade attack, his Kappa style, River of Sea, which I'm just like, River of Sea, that's kind of redundant. Probably sounds a little bit better in Japanese, but they're doing some damage. It's not taking him out, but they're chipping away at to do something fierce. But that doesn't mean, Kaido's not down for the count. He manages to get a hit in on Kawamatsu after he does that strike, only for him to immediately be, impaled, just straight up stabbed by Sulong form Inuarashi, who comes in with his canine scourge, which he takes his sword leg and just rams it right into Kaido. And it's just like, oh man. But then we also got the siblings, Izo as well as uh Kikunojo, who, bring out a double attack. Kikunojo with her fallen snow scythes, which sends out these just blade blasts just out of her sword, with Izo bringing out his slicing round. So it's just like, even without a blade, he still has a cutting weapon in the form of his bullets. His bullets form rounds that cut Kaido, and it's just like, yo, that's what's up. That is what's up. And like, Kaido is kind of befuddled. He is taking damage, but he's just like, okay, this is weird. This is weird because their attacks don't have the same weight as Odin's did. They don't have the same weight, they don't have the same power, but I'm still taking damage. It makes no sense. Why are they cutting me? So it's just like, look, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna blast breath all of you. Bolo breath. Just blast all of you. And he sends out this massive beam only for Rizo to come in with his scrolling jutsu, and he seals away the blast breath in his scroll. I'm just like, what? Yo, actual ninjutsu. What? Are you kidding me here? Are you kidding me with this? He seals the blast within his scroll, then takes that scroll, wraps Kaido around with it, and just sets Kaido ablaze. Just Kaido goes up in flames. And I'm just like, what? Yo, Rizo, dude. I can't talk shit about Rizo anymore now. Because Rizo has just really been bringing his A game here. Like, yo, what? Rizo, if you could do shit like this, I wish we could have seen more of it. Because up until this point, the Scabbards, don't get me wrong, we knew they were fairly strong. All Wano samurai are. But they haven't been bringing out anything like this. Kinemon, we've had plenty of time with Kinemon. He hasn't been doing anything like this. We've had plenty of time with Rizo. Never seen him do anything like this. Like, yo, they are busting out some massive moves. And, we get a bit of a flashback that Odin had actually wanted to teach all of the Scabbards his two swords fighting style. And they kind of declined, saying, yeah, you know what, we have our own style. No, thank you, we have our own way of doing things. And, Odin was in a bit of a huff. It's just like, but my fighting style is powerful. My fighting style is actually pretty good. And we have, Toki telling him, like, it's just because ultimately they really care for you, and they would fight over who is the best disciple of Odin. But here, the here and now, where we see them fighting side by side for the honor of Lord Odin, we get to see Inuarashi, uh, Denjiro, Ashura Doji, Kinemon, they all break out Odin two sword style, which just takes Kaido off guard. Like, what? No, 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 no. That's just a cheap imitation. You've got nothing on the real thing. His scar still haunts me. You are nothing like him. But we see that in the flashback, Odin was determined to teach them the ways. And it seems to be that they did pick up on it at some point, as the four of them all go in and manage to break out Odin's signature technique, the Paradise Tokusatsu, and they strike at the same place that Odin hit Kaido all those years ago, bringing him to massive damage. And that's where the chapter ends. Like, yo, dude, fantastic, man. I'm just so in such disbelief because they really do manage to just completely decimate Kaido at every turn. Like if it was them and Odin going in as hard as they were right now, Kaido would have been done. He would have been done. And that just shows how much, Odin got cheated in the end. Odin would have made short work of Kaido if this is what it took. But it's still hard to tell if what they're unleashing is specifically the will of Odin flowing through them, giving them this power, or if it's just simply that, because they were also disciples of Odin, they've always kind of had this realm of capability. It's really hard to tell where Oda is going in terms of the power scaling here. But ultimately, you also got to realize that whereas Odin by himself was able to do damage to Kaido like this, it takes nine dudes to actually put up this much of a fight against Kaido. So it's just like, yo, say what you want about Kaido kind of getting bodied like this, but at the same time, it's just like that's the difference here. You have had one strong guy, and now you have nine fairly strong guys who have to make up for the fact that they aren't that really strong guy. So at least on that level, I'm kind of willing to buy into it because it's just like, okay, and some of them have really been training and waiting all this time to get in on this. So I am enjoying this for the most part, but I know this isn't the end of Kaido. There's still so much more we could be seeing because he's still hiding his hybrid form. And we always know that the hybrid form is when someone is in usually their most powerful and their most capable. So until we see Kaido break that out, we don't know if he's gotten serious just yet. But tell me your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. How did you feel about this showdown with the Scabbards and Kaido? Where do you think it will go? Do you think they'll actually manage to some degree take Kaido down? Because I don't see them completely defeating him, but I see them weakening him enough to the point where Luffy is able to come in and clean up. Because that would make sense. The only way for Luffy to really take down a friggin' Emperor of the Sea, a Yonko, would be for him to be softened up enough for Luffy to be able to do the deed. But with the declaration that Kaido made for the war against the world, I can't see him fully falling here and now. He has to stay in the game to some degree. But again, thoughts, comments, in the comment section below. Theories, give it to me. Give me all your theories. I want to hear some theories. Let me hear some theories. And if you like this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, leave me a dislike. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on my next One Piece chapter review. And I hope to see you next time in the land of Wano. I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.